WiLLcast was with Nathan from Interactive Technologies. They are a hardware manufacturer based here in the U.S. They work on DMX applications and support integrators and dealers and OEMs, really across the world, and primarily to make lights do cool stuff. Becca, what'd you think?
It was really interesting. When I found out we were sitting down with him, I was not nervous, but I didn't know how much value I could add to the conversation, because typically when we have these kind of folks in for that, they are a little bit more technical, and I'm not super well versed in DMX or anything like that. Obviously, we have our in-house control system, and I know enough about that to be dangerous, but Nathan is super cool guy, very down to earth, very easy to talk to. It wasn't all engineers speak. So that was, made it a lot easier, but also just learning more about this idea of lighting integrations and how it's becoming more and more common, and it's not just in commercial settings anymore. It's, individuals doing it at their home, stuff like that, and just learning more about some of the crazy projects they work on and how it's really shifted the industry. It was just, I learned a lot during this one, which is always fun.
Yeah, I think Nathan has a unique perspective because he's in a customer-facing role, but, they also, with their team, they have a highly technical team, so he kind of sees both sides of it. And as you mentioned, you have these worlds that are colliding, the entertainment and theater lighting world where...
What was it, the architainment?
Architainment, which we find out is maybe not a buzzword that the industry gurus like, but...
Don't blame them.
Yeah, it's really, you have all this technology that's been created that isn't quite integrated yet for the commercial markets, and, they are... they're really ahead of the curve, I would say. And, we see it too, where, we see our products becoming more connected, more integrated, more types of applications beyond just sports or architectural, where people want control systems. They're making an investment in their facility. And if for, a little bit more of an investment, if suddenly they can do light shows and color changing lights and some of the things that we've done in our facility where you can do holiday shows and you can have fun with it. I think it was a nice perspective to, he kind of confirmed that's where things are headed, and they're growing quickly, and the demand for this type of product is in alignment with what we're seeing.
I think it's always interesting too to talk to people that, especially in my role here at Will, I don't see the bigger picture all the time when it comes to some of the product development. I see it through the lens of what we're doing here. So it was interesting just to hear what the bigger trends are and where the industry is going, where, kind of the world is going when it comes to lighting and entertainment and controls and things like that, and then kind of reflect back on what we're doing here. So that's always fun, kind of we're pointed in the right direction, we're doing the right stuff, but it's cool to see how that fits into the bigger picture.
Yeah, and also just too the different players and businesses in that world. You have local solutions providers and integrators that are really focused on that, and learning how that work is different from what an electrical contractor does, and understanding how much programming is needed. Is that programming needed to be done by the customer? Is it done through a third party? Is that stuff OEMs can do? So it was really just, I would say, like you said, it was good to hear from an outside perspective on where they see things going, and how this market's going to keep growing. So, yeah.
Yep.
Enjoy this WiLLcast with Nathan from Interactive Technologies. Well, Nathan.
Hey.
First time we're meeting. Welcome.
Adam, thanks.
So we were just talking. You are from outside of Dawsonville, Georgia?
Yep, that's where I'm living.
Home of Bill Elliott?
You got it.
Are you a NASCAR fan?
Not as big as I could be.
Have you been to Atlanta Speedway?
No, never been there.
Yeah.
But I have been to Bristol.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
That's a cool race.
Yeah.
Was it the night race or I think they do too. I can't remember.
So years ago when I used to tour with a band. But anyway.
A band? What do you play?
Oh, I was, of course, a tour manager and audio guy, lighting guy. Lighting. Right. And
do you have a technical background, or what's...
Oh, sure. Musician myself, and somebody had to figure out how to make a mixer work. Somebody had to figure out how to make the lights work.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I guess I'll try to read the manual.
Yeah, I don't know if Tyler mentioned, but so Brian.
Yep.
Yeah. So Brian and then Ryan, one of our embedded engineers. So we play at our work holiday party. So Ryan's a guitar player. I play guitar and sing, and then Tyler plays bass, and Ryan's a drummer.
Right.
Brian's a drummer. Yeah.
Yeah. He mentioned that earlier. That's great. Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool how in the lighting world, we're more on the commercial side, the industrial side, sports. There's more and more tech and more stuff that people want to do with lighting, and there's a lot of people that are interested in the AV kind of overlap.
Right.
And I guess if you guys defined your markets or the most common markets and applications, what space do you guys play in?
Oh, that's a question we get asked all the time, but it's about 10 different markets, but it's all kind of entertainment lighting based, color changing, sometimes moving heads, all that stuff. But we're in everything from, of course, house of worship, fountains, theme parks.
Indoor and outdoor.
Oh, absolutely. More of your architectural stuff, tops of buildings, sports lighting, cruise ships, high-end residential. So it's about 10 different markets, and everybody has a thirst for this technology. So, yeah.
Yeah, and there's, like in the architectural world, they call it architainment.
Architainment, love-hate relationship. Yeah.
Sometimes that's a buzzword people like. It gets thrown around a lot, but I guess aside from the buzzword, what is it?
Yeah, so I think there was kind of a bifurcation in lighting technology. One side went toward, well, I guess you could call it big dumb lighting. General lighting, the stuff we encounter in our day-to-day life, always have been, whether it's a potentiometer on the wall or just a wall switch, and it turns on loads and in your house or in an industrial building or whatever. And then on the other side of that, stage lighting and entertainment lighting, right? Yep. So it's like you want finite control over dimming and being able to focus people's attention using lighting and dimming into
the
different
ETCs
places.
of the world.
Sure.
Yeah.
So theatrical lighting, entertainment lighting, stages, all that stuff. And now it's kind of, those things are kind of in a head-on collision where people in the general world want stuff that they see at shows or whatever in their day-to-day life. So it's like, how do we reintegrate this thing that kind of split apart at some point in time, and now we're putting it all the pieces back together.
And are you guys working with a lot of integrators and dealers and kind of
absolutely
they're the last mile between the market and the customer and the hardware?
Well, people have different theories on how to get to market.
Yeah.
We tend to like to work directly with integrators, directly with manufacturers from time to time.
How do you define an integrator?
Integrator is a person who, or a group of people who are going to actually figure out the technology, how it actually works, and be responsible for mapping it out, designing it, working with the end customer as far as their needs, and hopefully coming up with the experience that the customer wants, and being able to actually purchase it directly. All the equipment directly as well.
And that's often a distinct role in a project from an electrical contractor, correct?
It can be from an electrical contractor. Sometimes the electrical contractors don't understand the programming side so much.
And they're really focused on line voltage and the infrastructure, and the integrators are working on the low voltage tech and making the system integrate.
In most cases, that's correct. Yeah. So there are some smaller systems where integrators can do by themselves.
Can they really?
In some cases, the class 2 wiring and stuff like that.
So if it's power over Ethernet or other lower voltage.
Yeah, there's been different things over the years, but power over Ethernet's been pretty common as far as controls, but not so much running the fixtures. So
I see.
But essentially, there's going to be an electrician in there somehow.
Yep.
What actual role they have in the overall, build of the entire thing varies depending on the project.
Yep.
And
you guys are really the software or the hardware layer between the lights and the lighting controllers.
Yeah, I think that there's, from the perspective of the general public, there's a misconception that these lights just know what to do. But they're kind of...
According to our engineering team, that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true at all. Yeah. They're intelligent lights. Yeah, but they're not that intelligent. They still need to be kind of told what to do. So there's a controller, just like if you go to a show, a concert or whatever, there's an actual person running a light board in real time with the band. This guy's using a tool which is kind of like an audio board, but it's a light board. We take that light board and scale it down into a little box that's hiding somewhere in a back closet sometimes, and it's programmed on timers, or it can receive button presses or communication over the network from a third-party device and change light looks based on demand.
And that's used regardless of application?
Yes.
Or do you guys have different...
Yeah, our primary
models.
controller is something called a Q server.
Yep.
And then we've got other ancillary things that work within the ecosystem of the Q server. But we're on to our 3rd generation, 6 different models of Q server at this point in time, based on the need of the customer.
Where are you guys located?
So we're located just north of Atlanta,
Okay.
In a little town called Cumming, Georgia.
Okay.
That is, the up 400, if you know where that is. That was touted a handful of years ago as like the industrial parkway or something, new industrial or technology parkway, excuse me. And I guess we're part of that. So
nice. Do you guys see? It seems like there's a lot of development around the Huntsville area.
Oh, sure. We know people out there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, there's a few controls companies down in that area.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's pretty smart people out there. I think at one point in time, Huntsville was like the per capita had the most PhDs in the entire United States. Yeah, at some point in time. I don't know if that's still true. Big program there called NASA.
Yeah, I think we've heard of that. Right.
What's that stand for?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Have you seen the Saturn V? There's a Huntsville Rocket Museum.
I've never been in there.
Yeah, I've been to Cape Canaveral in Florida, but I've always wanted to go to the Air Museum or Space Museum in Huntsville. Tyler and I have talked about it. That'd be cool.
That tracks entirely.
Yeah.
So you were in a band, or no? You were the lighting engineer for the band.
Yeah, anything. Bus driver, merchandise manager.
What was
sure.
the name of the band?
It was a band called Scythian. They're on the
Scythian,
Irish market out of D.C. You know, the Irish band out of D.C. that played at the Irish bar in Chinatown. Didn't make any sense. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, after years of kicking around trying to do my own things, I kind of ran into these guys and I said, I think they need me. And that was true for the time. And it was about 4 years of being on the road.
Do a lot of your team members, do they have a music background? Are they musicians or
over at Interactive Technologies? A couple of them do, yeah.
Yeah.
So Wayne, who's assembly tech, does actually a lot of support as well. He's a keyboard player. I think Eric, who's one of our developers, has been playing guitar lately. Our procurement engineer, or procurement guy, Brett, he plays a little bit of guitar. So, but we don't have a band like you guys do.
But
we
you
have a
could,
band like once
clearly.
a year.
Yeah, we just
party.
got back on the docket. It's time. Will Party's coming up, so band gets back together.
Yeah,
There's a
put
date
the
on the
band back together.
schedule, so that means we'll need at least 3 practices before we play.
Yeah.
But we've gotten smart. We now hire a band and then use their equipment.
There you go.
Correct.
Can you just bring your stuff and we can play it?
Yeah, that's part of the contract for the parties is the band has to let us play 3 songs.
Well, it's kind of like a DJ. You know, you don't get paid for being a DJ. You get paid for bringing the equipment out and DJ for free.
This is true.
Yeah.
So where do you see your industry going? What are some of the big changes happening right now?
Well, let's see.
We talked
As
about,
you said, more and more demand for this type of technology.
Yeah.
I think that it's just getting bigger and bigger every year as far as the demand and as far as the variation of what people want. It used to be where people just wanted kind of like the rainbow chase. So just do the rainbow chase.
Yep.
Now people want a little bit more sophistication in their lighting, but they don't want it all the time. They want it at specific points in time or on demand. So sometimes it's got to be the lighting is just general lighting and it's just got to magically transform at some point in time into something special at the touch of a button.
Do you see the demand outpacing the number of kind of qualified customer technicians that can keep up with it?
That's a great question. Every year, I've been with the company for 11 years now. I'm thinking, how much demand could there possibly be for our little blinking boxes, you know? And it just grows every year.
Yeah.
And along with that, it's just more and more integrators that integrators, people who are starting from the AV side of things and then attach the L onto the AV. So audio, video, and lighting, you know, so they're starting to jump in there as well. So it's people want the full package and more and more people are jumping into lighting. So.
Do you guys go on job sites quite a bit and support the
luckily I do. Yeah, I get to.
Because you can see the full feedback loop of what's working and what's not.
Not everybody at our company is lucky enough to do that. So that's one thing that I'm fortunate to do. But yes, there have been certain scenarios where it's like, hey, I'm here. Let's go ahead and sit down for 2 or 3 hours and really fine tune this thing. And I'll show you a couple tricks here. So I'm happy to do that when I can. Yeah. However, a lot of that can be actually done remotely by just emailing our support staff. They're fantastic.
And can the products be accessible remotely? Like you guys can,
Absolutely.
there's a data connection?
Yeah. So there is, at this point in time, we hope to have a service all-in-one that can set that up in the future. But yeah, because they are Ethernet devices, they can be connected to the internet and remotely basically get to it somehow, or a portion of it, et cetera, for mild programming or even full-fledged programming if everything's set up properly. So.
See people doing any AI programming yet?
Yeah, so that's a big question. I'm sorry. AI. Ugh.
AI,
Gosh,
right?
yeah.
Talk about buzzword. Architainment, AI.
Yeah. So the
buzzword
thing,
bingo.
Bingo. The big thing that I was joking about the other day, I said, it's only a matter of time where somebody sets us up a server specifically designed to program our things, our Q servers that basically knows the entire language and all this stuff. But I don't really know if that's practical because it's like, there's an emotional side to this thing. And if the emotional side to programming lights ends up turning out anything like any AI generated music, it's not going to be that great, in my opinion.
And I think if anything, it'll just keep increasing demand too. Like you look
it
at,
could.
You're a music guy. I heard this analogy recently about AI, but you look at what it took to set up a recording studio back in the 60s.
Oh gosh.
You needed 4 engineers and you needed people that, it was a highly skilled and trained position.
Absolutely.
And then I've recorded on my MacBook over the years, and you got GarageBand and Pro Tools, and it gets compressed more and more.
Yeah.
But the demand for recording and video editing and all this stuff hasn't gone away. It's increased exponentially.
Well, the accessibility has gotten
now
there,
more people are able to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, everybody has kind of a slightly different interpretation of what they want to create with it.
True.
And is it going to get so easy that anybody can do a cool light show? I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not as far away as I actually think we are, but.
Yeah, there's just so much integration that has to happen.
Oh, yeah.
You've got different lighting manufacturers in different positions on site, different power supplies, different controllers. There's a lot.
And stuff breaks.
Stuff breaks. Yeah.
Yeah. So being able to fix something, like the physical layer of something, that's never going to go away. Right.
What do you love most about your job?
I love going to visit customers and talking about kind of their workflow with our product and how we can maybe make it better.
Yeah.
Introduce new ideas, make it more radical, whatever it needs to be. More stable sometimes. That's my favorite part.
How do you guys balance the feature suite with also making sure that it doesn't complicate to the point where it's not usable for a specific customer?
So
it's always a balance in technology, right?
Our product is fairly sophisticated, and it's the antithesis of a one-trick pony.
It's the opposite,
We've always kind of considered it a little bit of a Swiss Army knife. Yep. So how do we balance that? Sometimes sometimes needs improvement.
But it seems like that's part of the value of the system is
Sure.
It can be a lot of things to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
that's why you're working with integrators and people that they know how to use it.
Absolutely. And that back to the original, we're in 10 different markets,
Yeah.
So it's not just for this specific thing. It's for all these different lighting purposes.
Do you do a lot of theme parks?
Yes, there's a lot of Q servers in theme parks from the first generation Q server, second generation Q server, and third generation Q server all over the world.
That's cool.
There's one huge one in China, in fact, that uses something like
what's it called?
It's
sorry to put you on the
no,
spot.
I don't know. It's just
Adam.
yeah. It's oh gosh.
Do you know what city it's in?
It's in Shenzhen, I think.
Okay.
But it's like their Disney World. It's over. It's a parade float. I'll think of it in a minute. But we did actually. There's a write up on our website. I'm just blanking right now. But it's over 500,000 channels of lights. It's just
Holy
fire
cow.
hose.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like 18 different floats or something like that, and like 100 costumes, and they're all in sync. It's crazy.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So
Nice.
it's took a long time to put that together. They are maxing out the resources of everything that exists, and not just our products, but everything else that it integrates with. And
So you guys were probably on site a couple times for that one.
we never went on site once. We had people
Really?
from the
Wow.
United States who know how to program our stuff that
Yeah.
were there programming it. But definitely some phone calls coming in at 12 in the 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that, midnight,
Yeah.
et cetera.
How long are you in the Midwest for?
I'm actually heading out to a customer tomorrow, and then I'm heading back home.
Did you O'Hare or Milwaukee? Where'd you fly into?
A Toyota 4Runner.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I like to drive.
We've got a few-
I saw it in the parking lot, and I
We've got a
went,
couple
"Wow, this
4Runners
guy
in.
knew exactly which vehicle to roll into our parking lot with, no doubt."
Yeah, Tyler's got a 4Runner.
Yeah.
Adam also
Oh, yeah.
has
It's
a
a little
4Runner.
nicer than mine. Mine's more of just kind of just cruising down
Hey,
the
we
road.
did
Well, they're
have-
about the same from like 2005 to 2020.
Well, I think he's got 4-wheel drive
Oh,
and
yeah.
and all that stuff. A
Yeah.
little bit nicer, but
Well,
know.
you need that up here.
Yeah,
You guys
I'm
get a lot
doing
of snow?
okay.
Do you get any snow?
In Georgia,
Yeah,
it might get like a half inch once a
Yeah.
year.
And
That kinda
people lose their
Kind
minds.
of shuts things down.
Well, we don't have the infrastructure like you guys have. We have
Yeah.
a lot of hills. So actually 2014 was a pretty bad thing that happened. It just came in sideways and froze all the streets, and kids were stranded on school buses for like a day. It was
No.
bad. Yeah. Yeah. You can look that up.
Yeah, we've got a lot of snow this
It's
year.
been a wicked. I mean,
It's
it's,
been a real
December. What
Wisconsin
is today?
December.
Like
Yeah.
it's been crazy. It started in November.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have too much of a hard time kind of navigating it, but just had to take it easy.
Did you go through Chicago or around Chicago?
Around Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
It's like 15 hours, 16 hours.
To here, I mean, I had trips on the way, but to here probably probably about 14 hours directly from Fond du Lac back to Dawsonville.
Yep. And you're a sales manager. Or
Yes.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been in that particular role?
Did sales starting in, what was it, 2018? I think I started. Yeah,
Yep.
that sounds about right.
So you're on the road quite a bit?
From time to time.
Yeah. Kind of
When
goes
it
in
lots, yeah.
goes in bursts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. Well, cool. Becca, any
Is
questions?
there? And sorry, guys, I was a little
you're
late
good.
to the combo.
You're
so,
good.
is there? You said there's 10 different markets. Is there do you specialize in a specific market when you talk about your customers? Do you have a favorite market? I guess.
I
Tell us more
like
about
seeing
that.
it all. No,
Nice.
that's a great question. Thanks for bringing that up. It's as far as, are you asking it, me personally? Do I specialize? in-
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
you and
no.
your role.
In my role, I like to kind of digest how the customer can best use our product to do in that field what they need to do. And that's what keeps it really exciting for me, because I have to think about our product differently based on the applicable scenario and how to get there from here,
And your integrators are using the same product regardless of the application.
That's
for the most
correct.
part.
Their
Okay.
approach might be
Yep.
this or that or the other, depending on what they're trying to accomplish.
Yep.
Right.
Because I'd imagine when it comes to coin, there's like a style aspect to that. Like everyone.
Art, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the actual programming, once you get to the lights and making
Yeah.
the looks and all that stuff, is very artistic. But the logic and everything to kind of get there differs based on the industry
it.
that you're using. Like even fountains, which I'm not sure you guys have tons of fountains around here, but
Actually
they're,
quoted one today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty heavy in Texas. You might go to like Texas, and
Really?
a big state for fountain manufacturers.
Yep.
So we'll have the Q server that's actually running PLCs for the water pumps at the same
Really?
time as running the
So
lights,
it's
all through
like
DMX.
Industrial controls too?
Well, yeah. So we don't make the industrial controls, but we integrate with that stuff
Yeah.
one way or another. And of course, you have to do all this math on the base of the diameter of the tube, how far it's got to go, the timing for the water to go up in the air has got to be timed with the light, and the light, of course, is automatic. So you have to offset them, and it's a lot of math that would probably
there a
just fry
separate-
my brain.
Separate PLC interface, or
It's all custom made
it's all custom made?
by the fountain manufacturers. Yeah.
Wow.
They custom figure out how to do it.
So not just lighting.
No.
Do you get a lot of requests to integrate beyond the lighting with the other pieces of, like the theme park's a really good example. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you see a lot of that, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So most of our Q server models actually play back audio as well, but it's not going to be it's not going to be as advanced as like Dante audio with a nice mixing console. It's going to be real basic audio. And of course, inevitably, I was just waiting for the day. Somebody emailed the other day, you guys do video as well? So it's like everybody wants it all in one box kind of thing. And it's like, and you start to kind of get into trying to do all the things, you do nothing well.
Yep.
So we try to stick with mostly lighting.
What about displays?
Displays like that we integrate with that stuff all the time, but we're not really, once again, not something that we're trying to kind of get into as far as text displays and stuff. We'll let the people
mostly
know
lighting
that.
control.
Yeah. So we've definitely been called to, integrate with that stuff and enhance that stuff. Okay. Or whatever. But, we're going to stick with being the lighting and maybe have some ancillary stuff that dips our toe a little bit into stuff, but when you really need it to be done well, such as audio, such as video, such as some other things that we integrate with, there's professionals in that area as well. So,
and professionals in that area. So we talked about the integrators. Are there other, kind of customer types, like dealers, or like what are some of the other, aside from integrators and OEMs, what are the other types of customers you guys work with?
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We typically have not been successful in what we call the manufacturer's representative market.
Yep.
Simply because I feel like, multiple reasons. It just seems to not work as well as going to the integrator for our path to market or to an OEM who have people on their staff who know how to program it.
Yep.
It's generally the manufacturer's rep is not going to learn how to program the unit. And that's how we make massive improvements, is getting that feedback.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate you coming to town and
absolutely.
having a convo. And sorry about the snow, but
it's all your fault.
you'll have to get the 4-wheel drive 400 next time.
Yeah, next time. Yeah.
Well, sweet. Anything else, Becca?
No, I'm good.
Should be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, man.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
a lot.